And therefore, we are back with a bang. Now, this time around, a documentary BBC for release on Prophet TB Joshua. Near 20 years as the leader and founder of Synagogue Church of All Nations. Scandals, revelations, Abba. Videos no emiensa. Over 150 minutes. Meaning say we need that for 150 minutes. 80 and I'm a summarizer no. I'm a reports and you muchemu ebro. Mess when you so be me a subscribe button so. Now I click a bell notification icon so. Now I don't follow you or Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Baby gossips24.com. Any gossips24 now feel free so bet you or comment section or share video. I'm out for so you be a your break but ya so this story is about Prophet TB Joshua. Now Prophet TB Joshua etanase from 1963 about 2021 almost 7 days to the 58th birthday and at Prophet TB Joshua I was made up on so I turn around I want said I'm not here send here no name Mrs. Evelyn and I just say a war no more worry in the year 1990, I say a more year leader or founder of Synagogue Church of All Nations. Their friend, you trying to find a squad there. Now they say, "On Madam Evelyn, and I just say, oh." Now this is not the first time I will be exposing Prophet TB Joshua. I remember saying the year 2001, there was a newspaper now a highlighted scandals. Oh, Prophet TB Joshua. I saw them all. Now some of the comments and it's a Prophet TB Joshua no, or a magician. Some of the comments free the family members so by and he said, "Oh, my name said TB Joshua no crano or a software." If you say TB Joshua no, said in fact, NDLE for now, Eddie or commentary by in the year 2001 about Prophet TB Joshua. Ninyoma na oye or Synagogue Church of All Nations. It's when the first time in the year 2008 crano Bisola and it's another Prophet TB Joshua. Ni core disciple. Ekra the Exp0sed by Prophet TB Joshua. It was social media, so traditional media. A full book.
Was also sexually molested by TB Joshua. Okay. I was trapped in the synagogue.
About Prophet TB Joshua. But nipa for na nyasen. I remember very well say Ghana ha kra no. Ye na papa honorable Kennedy Akupre ko Japan. E ko piem Metro TV so. I just saw Prophet TB Joshua. TB Joshua no. Onye real man of God or a fake man of God because and I'm TB Joshua so am man hu nipa bi.
The person of TB Joshua, did you see it? He died.
Yeah.
Is it somebody that you liked?
Or a fake?
Oh, really?
Oh, yes. I have said it long time, so we're fake.
How do you know?
Or a fake big. But I don't think that people took all of these allegations serious. And to say BBC for a documentary on Prophet TB Joshua, and there's a documentary you cry, Anas Aramiya Anas, am I a hint?
It's likely to be released on the BBC in January. Shocked me.
So we videos no. Now with me antenase anhwenina.
When I saw the film and I got to the middle, I got out.
Of course, the Anas Army are Anas no. So watch all the 3 episodes. One of the bad say some of the revelations are damning. Now these are not revelations. If we normal people be to say me I'm a common church member being a maker. These are from people like almost Prophet TB Joshua. And then they here for so many years. One of them, Rachel and the Prophet TB Joshua not here for 12 to 13 solid years.
I stayed in that place till 2013. So what's that? 12, 13 years that I...
Now Rachel, a TV presenter, or Emmanuel TV, and as a Synagogue Church of All Nations, one of lead TV presenters.
Rachel, and I'm from the UK. And we are all here living in the Synagogue Church of All Nations.
Now, when Rachel Kwane joined the Prophet TB Joshua as a teenager, there was also another lady, and also every UK IFN, Aneka. Now, I was 17 years, and I just saw her joining Prophet TB Joshua in the ministry, as a disciple.
I was no longer Aneka. I was a disciple of Prophet TB Joshua.
Now, Aneka so no a presenter. This on the sorry no open area. Now do a dance area. No be some feedback on the ordering. Ever Prophet TB Joshua. Into onyo nipa bia and I say nipa hunu bia keke.
What is your opinion of the man of God, Prophet TB Joshua? Have you seen
Push them to go and...
There was also Paul. And there's a said Prophet TB Joshua. The number 2 and the Paul. And it's one of the 90 year from the year 1996.
I was just like the number 2 in the Synagogue Church of All Nations.
Now there's also the famous Bisola, and it's a Bisola wrote a true book on Prophet TB Joshua about in the year 2008. A lot of revelations out about Prophet TB Joshua. Bisola and the Prophet TB Joshua and Nancy here for 14 good years.
I stayed there almost 14 years.
And the Bisola and Yanni Pahunu Biaka, just on the Prophet TB Joshua, and or any party
there as one of the closest disciples.
Oh, Prophet TB Joshua and a circle.
A loyalist to the core.
Now, there were other people almost on the Prophet TB Joshua Nanti, I'm going to give you my account in the BBC documentary. One of them, Sister Chloe. Now, Sister Chloe, no, I'm on the Prophet TB Joshua Nanti, and now I was 17 years, but I'm also in Nanti for 14 good years.
I stayed for 14 years.
Also, another sister or joining Prophet TB Joshua, Clara. I just said Clara and also in Nanti for 10 solid years.
Disciple of TB Joshua for 10 years, from 2001 to 2010.
Now, these are people I'm going to give you my accounts in episode 1 of the documentary. Of course, I'm going to ask you in episode 2 and episode 3. But yeah, just every episode 1. No? Episode 1, I'm going to highlight here on Prophet TB Joshua. Senior OC programming or more esify to the extent so much say Prophet TB Joshua no, or investing heavily in marketing materials, especially VHS, videos, cassettes, na printed because no percent or selling a whole.
Joshua invested more than 90% of what we got in VHS videos.
Not just to Africans, but the targets, no, the Western world, abroad.
1996, one of the major pastors came from South Africa. When they were leaving, he gave more than 200 VHS videos to take home to give to people. Videos of miracles, videos of confessions, videos that will fill their head. I said, this is too expensive. Oh. He laughed. You think I'm a fool? I know what I'm doing.
Now, Prophet TB Joshua in his quest to do so, now was so convincing Abrofono with miracles. In the end, cancer no I said that for GB Ediaba, ebi wonoma HIV, no see obi with HIV, you want to not just say confirm sex line and Abrofono epe, and no bet with their tongue, and also bet with their talk Abrofono into a ton of what Abrofono. In fact, almost grab plane tickets, not obi for US and as a UK, but for the first time. On Wakasa, it's which are plane tickets, mouse, I would their bra, because who did me what dance here, and they are checking for more people. Now, the programming was very deep. The programming, according to the comments from Prophet TB Joshua, was very deep to the extent say, now there's a bit to be being a new crano, and my head dream so the goom. I won't a jizz and that's one cache, and Prophet TB Joshua.
Somebody was so tired, he slept, opened his mouth. TB Joshua led 4 boys. They pee inside his mouth.
Now, the programming was also so deep to the extent say about asum krana. Now they say in some way canifa asum born who say Yankupon Israel into krana when ya privilege say Prophet TB Joshua. Achenisa ediabo.
Told it's an honor to get slapped by me because I'm next to Jesus. Now,
they were also programmed in such a way say almost losing ties with the outside world. Into Sabia will boost you and answer be just say what power when
the kind of friend you are having, they are the one leading you to do evil.
We try to persuade them to willingly separate from their people.
It's any obia, so best friend was and why we train panegu. And I just said, when the Prophet TB Joshua, Baba Nante forever and ever.
Say my past is over. Your past is over now.
Every relationship you have in this world, you have to cut them off.
Now it was evident that there was a reason to perhaps Prophet TB Joshua now offer teenagers Eddie Omabani circle nemo because Emaya Mbomudina from Chloe to Clara to Aneka to Rachel no. Now this we now know they were in their teenage stages and it's Rebecca said matured enough to make certain decisions. Now it was also evident through their anthem say they were being programmed with certain words to prove say will be biano. Prophet TB Joshua there.
Synagogue church.
Now, also in episode 1, it became evident that these people had been programmed to their core to the extent say, above any before you know, swam water, Eddie, see a soy dying. And it's a Prophet TB Joshua, literally, had free labor.
He worked to build this massive structure. TB Joshua was trying to create his own empire. Behind the scenes, you've got a workforce with no pay. We were a machine around him.
Now, while some of the characters from episode 1 moved on to episode 2, episode 2 introduced new characters to us, and new characters, and so they are born with Prophet TB Joshua. Was very, very deep. Mami introduce you. First person, silly. Silly no, now Prophet TB Joshua ne rep or South Africa. Second person, Jessica. Jessica no will be a Prophet TB Joshua no adopting no. I'm not adopting na Jessica no virgin. And about Prophet TB Joshua so demo at the age of 17. And Jessica joined Prophet TB Joshua.
I was 17 years old when I went to the Synagogue Church of All Nations.
Another person, Michael na Asha. Another person, Emmanuel na oka 5-story brothers no omo and omo ye operations or Prophet TB Joshua ni fie honomo.
We the 5-story brothers are the ones covering him.
Another person, episode 2 introduced here to was Akwe. I say Akwe no na a prayer warrior.
Yes, I spent there. We are the prayer warrior. I able to be the leader.
Now Akwe was a prayer warrior for 16 solid years. Another person, I say only Prophet TB Joshua free funumu ajoke. Prophet TB Joshua neba. I just only the one wono warim nemum no na bra bo nche and nam so ma ajoke no. I can
remember I have been raised as TB Joshua's daughter.
Now, if you care to know, aside Prophet TB Joshua Bano, how close these other people were, let me introduce you to the relationship and Michael, and Emmanuel, and Prophet TB Joshua were. In fact, I'm going to tell you close to the extent, say Prophet TB Joshua, quite yaneswanasa or call private, no more to me, and then the call, running Nika at the man.
Joshua needs to go to toilet. 2 of us has to be there in the toilet. He would remove his underwear to his knee level. Then we bring it down. We don't allow him to bend down.
Now, almost I saw you close to the essence. Prophet TB Joshua. You know, to me, now who say we be ninikamu. I just order honey and you say
most times he pours this honey to pour it inside his pants.
Omo is a Prophet TB Joshua no. The munim no ewo Emmanuel TV. Any the omo munim no ewo building nimu no. Na a different
face. The face on Emmanuel TV and the real face.
Now yeah, the one TV so say Prophet TB Joshua ya do ye. In fact, o che sika $10,000, o che ekunafo nyoma, otua amanfo school fees momo from primary to university, or set up amanfo after school say be a business ni anade. Eti enim say ja charity there. Prophet TB Joshua eyebi.
$1,000 from Prophet TB Joshua and Emmanuel TV.
But almost no say Prophet TB Joshua ebefia enyo mo ye no ebeburu adwen ene ntiase so ebini say sabi o emane de na ofebia enya ne yere na
activities was going on. It's as if something sexual was happening here.
Because excuse all man ene say ne yere de or tempte no but emane no a mo nya ne yere no mo de na this Prophet TB Joshua every omo.
The wife was not around. His wife doesn't have access to his room.
He made us believe that his wife is always sent to tempt him.
Now Rachel, any Aneka, recount see how our Prophet TB Joshua, any or more at the die.
My ear, and I'm lying there, and then like within 5 minutes, he's basically done his business.
It's okay, Rachel did that. Not just Aneka so Edney baby so
come towards me, and then he'd wrap his leg around the back of my legs.
So piano, Rachel can o piano, Aneka so can o piano.
17 years old. I didn't realize what was happening to me. I was a good little Christian girl. I didn't know what it was. It became so robotic. I disconnected from my body. I just became like a puppet.
Now another person on also the better so lady be and say introducing the episode 2 as Lolita on also be chemu kwa Prophet TB Joshua and then that out to say similar to Aneka any Rachel there.
First it was like remove your top. And I would be uncomfortable with it.
Now the shocking me was Jessica our Prophet TB Joshua adopting at the age of 17 wa brana or virgin. Now Jessica chemu kwa Prophet TB Joshua and then in
made any sexual move on me. He touched my breast.
Why Prophet TB Joshua? Efa so etone mona.
Today, he say off your clothes. So I removed my clothes and then he just pointed. So I lied down and then he raped me. He broke my virginity.
Why no Jessica no cry yes enka oko bie na no aka asemi a kire obi. And there's a Prophet TB Joshua. A meeting national and I'm so emergency no Jessica no ye bono ananya sam ketwa.
He slapped me, he punched me, he kicked me in the stomach.
Now it appears that Jessica Nenkwa and a bono, ye de himself Prophet TB Joshua or a charitable. But almost say a banner broswa or ya diegu. Bisola agenedie e de fi Prophet TB Joshua ho epe.
Was lifted up and I was just naked. He hit me with that horse whip.
Now Obeka say bi as ankofo we abonte so for of course back we adopting or back so ho no ma on the Prophet TB Joshua ne ben nante na yabo no. But ono akasa ne ba kra no aye ajoke ne kra no na yabo no.
There was a time in the disciples meetings he said that people could beat her. Anyone in the female dormitory could just hit her, and I saw people just walking in, just slapping her.
It's a screen so dear. You won't say Prophet TB Joshua eh suffer, but omudu fie dia e marry any abroad here, and they say e kwaso e wo fie honomo. Ache say bisola e recount how our Prophet TB Joshua e requested virgins onu bisola no e den virgins e bre Prophet TB Joshua no.
TB Joshua asked me to find virgins for him.
Now virgins say say be e bon paya mamo. Na mo bisola na chemu say Prophet TB Joshua a break is have virgins no.
Son will be called into his bedroom so that he could disvirgin them.
Now obreki omuria prayer mountain one na yakwa yakwanche no e ho na na Prophet TB Joshua e the bed sheets no echo.
Usually take all the bed sheets and everything, he pack them and take them to the prayer mountain.
It's of course what the prayer mountain I be say oh baby a Prophet TB Joshua call ye fasting call bon pa any ade but omo ben no e chiremu say e ho de rituals and not Prophet TB Joshua. And just one of them, Emmanuel near counter or the buy room.
It's our duty to make sure that we own a certain incense there.
In fact, Emmanuel Kwanekaye, a so chair, the apostle our prayer room.
And he hold a sword in his hand. Those pictures, he will place the sword directly on the face. It will be pierced through and it will be pinned down there.
They are in bondage, spiritually and physically. This is what you have done to people.
After so no, akwe kasi so dia say. Ono de no year throughout the 16 years with Prophet TB Joshua no. Obetumi aka say onye nyame nipa.
TB Joshua is not any man of God. It's man of evil.
Now onye na mini pemi e so bisa won say aden na nkofo we ni Prophet TB Joshua nante ya o ma tumi abi o manum anka say bia Prophet TB Joshua say ni say na oye and so mutena wo hwe ya ma che say abortion square no na ekos wo ho. In fact silly ebie ne no kan say ono why 3 abortions or Prophet TB Joshua ni fie ho.
I had 3 abortions at the synagogue.
Jessica enso ay abortions bi.
He rapes, he forces them into abortion. I never had a choice.
Bisola e confirm he said number of abortions are akoso e wo room for medical department no. On to be kai.
Nice, lot of abortions. Lots of abortions.
When the Prophet TB Joshua e ba ne sign no to fa ne hudi e wo sign no ma we na. Onye nipa bia sa akeke. In fact, obi a ye na Ghana high former president John Evans Atamos e na down.
God, I want to thank you.
Obia, at the time, president of South Sudan, now you're not down for.
And was welcomed by the president and the entire cabinet.
Obia, at the time, president of Tanzania, no you're not down for.
Was creating.
In fact, former president of Dominican Republic, no you're Prophet TB Joshua, are down for.
Could give him credibility.
And no, former president of Zambia, no Prophet TB Joshua, are down for. Former president of Malawi, Prophet TB Joshua, are down for. So you could see how powerful Prophet TB Joshua was.
This is somebody then in the end who became like a father.
Now this explains how powerful and Prophet TB Joshua during the time as the leader and founder of the Synagogue Church of All Nations and it also explains why in here and call for this year Prophet TB Joshua and man guest house and one sorry a collapse here summary omutumi enya justice. And that takes us to episode 3 of the documentary at BBC Africa I4 no releasing. Now in episode 3 no we introduce families of some of the victims. One of them Sonny no neba and a woo through that accident happened here or guest house. Another person Eloy Luandili so ne sister and the we are sanko for in every South Africa. Now omadishia cry say omo kwa kohwe Prophet TB Joshua sorry no and so on the 12th of September 2014 ahare is here. Now, Prophet TB Joshua Bejina and I saw them all kasa about the unfortunate incident happening. Or show video. I show you now paying close attention to the video. No. It looks edited. Share the first video of Prophet TB Joshua. Show you.
Take note of the upper left-hand corner of the screen. A strange aircraft flies over the building at the Synagogue Church of All Nations. 9 minutes later, the strange aircraft returns. This is the moment of the incident.
Mama, me take you through the footages. Prophet TB Joshua and Sam Kaino. Or Chemu say, play aircraft no. Ebe Chemu wa show them one more. In first time, second time, and sana collapse no air happen. There's no person just say a bomb and maybe a bomb be and I sorry dino.
On television, they were showing us that the building had been bombed.
But so pay attention to video that Prophet TB Joshua show you now. Just all the jury I see now say aircraft had everything to do with Sebu collapse near Kosuna. It looks a little bit edited because aircraft ni chemu no na ewiem ye han kakra. Now minute Prophet TB Joshua chair say minute aircraft no edi be chemu twice no. Na osan hwe clouds no bi na clouds na sesa. Time and flight no building new collapse no. Now it looked everything like the first slide will show you say aircraft to be chemu the first time, but nothing like the second time. This all chemu say aircraft to be chemu second time na building a collapse you know. So that video looked edited. Till first time an aircraft to be chemu, pay attention to the clouds. Second time an aircraft to be chemu, pay attention to the clouds. Third time, third frame no, I build a new collapse no, pay attention to the clouds. The clouds look nothing like the second frame, but looks very similar to the first frame. So I'm not sure say aircraft to be chemu twice, but I believe say it was edited. It was edited. Anyway, Prophet TB Joshua showed that video to the world. I'm just a man for a GDA. But omo I just said no be Prophet TB Joshua and they say omo the sa video no man JD.
The aeroplane story is just pure lie.
Because before the incident in the
maintenance department went to that guest house.
Now one of the people of one maintenance department and after building them will say building is shaky.
As he was there, he realized that that building was unstable. It was shaky.
Now Emmanuel was also said before the incident in the now there's a maintenance department the woman himself building the collapse into omo fast.
By 12:01, the building collapsed.
I already when say Prophet TB Joshua not on him get that ABBC. Say building a brand new scene and not building inside the
so he knew that there was something wrong with the building, but they were managing it.
In fact, Rachel at the torso say Prophet TB Joshua musi da ni na no. Na foundation no kra no enye foundation a o metumi di esi abrosan. Na so original engineers the console say omonya ne higher. E mo de call high.
He just kept kind of pushing and saying, I want it higher, it must go higher.
Also, no, from the documentary, no, it was obvious, say, something fishy had happened at the guest house. A beer. Now it's a Prophet TB Joshua air tries to cover because Chile, I know a Prophet TB Joshua rep, or South Africa, no, I know abortions, they be so Prophet TB Joshua, no. Eric County, say, in the documentary, say, Prophet TB Joshua, and more with the cash.
To these families within South Africa whose children, husbands, or wives had died at the building. To go and give money, bags of money.
Omo the cash, man Luandile. And Luandile confirm me say cash no or reject it.
I said, no, this is not a gift. You are trying to buy our silence.
Sonny say, on also reject say cash no no. Prophet TB Joshua threaten.
Now he's threatening me that my whole family will go down. The same way my daughter went down.
According to the documentary, no, some of the people, when Prophet TB Joshua, the disciples, no, attested, say, "Hey, and I know movie dead body."
Bus, and there was like the smell. Someone told me that this bus is full of dead bodies.
But during the day, there, now the focus was, say, Biombe communicated to the world, say they are rescuing people
who showing to the external media team that they are saving people.
But another day, not dead bodies and normal transport.
And we're transporting them at night so that the press can't see during the day.
Now, of course, the documentary went ahead to expose Prophet TB Joshua, saying I know see miracles be far any of their days, saying I know see the miracles no, saying I know musi orchestrate and that's what to me a creative miracle no. A man look at the Prophet TB Joshua and pa or healing Crawford or communicating channel. Sorry, must say just say ya saw ya requests and who guys before we do the bill and uncle for so edi wu extra mon kwanda
dying in their droves. So many of them.
And this comes to confirm the allegations that Honorable Kenda Akoprekwe Japan level against Prophet TB Joshua on Metro TV. Say TB Joshua no Sebi Ohuni say onye real man of God. Now so all these things are popping up in the documentary. Now there's a man for be Ensemo Moka and they say as so Prophet TB Joshua in the year 2021 at BBC Africa Eye Force or movie with documentary or investigations, commentaries, comments near that they gather in area no and say is a Prophet TB Joshua atwano mo say no ebusu say e bia na Prophet TB Joshua so etie say expose bi sa e koso enti na bi oje ne nkwa e di free ni sem ebinum so say omo woni say Prophet TB Joshua no ohuye na bia we fake ni wo and e bia akose sani identity wo baby say na bia o de be escape justice because that documentary about out in there e betu ama ne ho ache no wo so wo bi ho say obetumi ache wadwe oh comment section makacho say over 150 minutes but summarizing them 3 parts in na and the bro oh cost 24 so che wadwe oh comment section